Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. And today we'll be discussing Ripple and XRP along with the rest of the cryptocurrency and financial markets. Now that we have set the stage, let's examine the general price movement. For the time being, the total value of the cryptocurrency market remains at around $11 trillion. Bitcoin has been struggling to break over the $28,000 barrier, which is why I said in a video I posted yesterday that a breakout could be imminent. But, surprise, we couldn't make it past 28,000, give or take 5,000. When we see a large, impulsive move, there will inevitably be a reversal. For my part, I can't wait until XRP rises above 56 cents or Bitcoin surpasses $32,000. In my opinion, these are the decisive points on both assets that must be reached before we can declare a bull market. Given the current climate, it goes without saying that we must maintain the highest levels of vigilance at all times. We must not get our hopes up too high. We must not allow our feelings to distort our decision-making. This is something I keep repeating. You can tell when the market is getting bullish because of the influx of tweets and videos on social media sites like Twitter and YouTube. You should make sure you have your own independent thought process going on, since you never know when anything can impair your judgment. But you can't help but wonder, is this really a bull market? Do we really want to start this tremendous upswing? Again, you'll need to think for yourself, because there are levels to keep an eye on. 1. Before you click the buy button, you need to exercise your own judgment and formulate your own strategy. The difficulty lies in knowing when to sell your asset, which is why you need an exit strategy and a game plan before you invest in the market. But as we observe this area at the moment. And I'm not too worried because I've been discussing this for a while, including on XRP. One feature of XRP that I find myself frequently examining is the historical price chart. It's funny because, when viewed from a distance, the pattern resembles nothing more than a macro bull flag. But obviously that's not the case, it merely appears that way because of the log scale. However, we have essentially been moving in place. I'm still waiting to see if we break below 50 cents and see some good lows at around like roughly 43 cents, or potentially even under 40 cents, which is still feasible despite the recent impulsive rise back in July. But I'd rather we just outrun the bears and make a huge run to 60 cents or more, and maybe even the 92-cent macro resistance zone. That would be significant for XRP, and I think we'll finally see the $1 plus barrier crossed once that happens. However, that is not all I am doing, I am also considering the big picture. And as we examine the big picture, there appears to be, and always has been, the potential for widespread cryptocurrency acceptance. However, I believe that we are finally beginning to see it. I mean, really right. In any case, I stumbled onto this posting via the method of payment. The date on this is September 30th. They are discussing how to maximize blockchain's potential in the international financial system. Time now is 12 p.m. Eastern Time on October 5th. However, he claimed that the payments landscape is undergoing a revolution as a result of developments in programmability, immutability, and worldwide transaction delivery. And these are some of the few who will be participating. I'm looking forward to this event because I believe that we'll gain some valuable insights into questions like, how can we unlock the value behind blockchain in the global payments landscape? And we do see the payments landscape is currently undergoing a revolution as innovations around programmability. Pat Phelan, Ripple's Vice President of Global Account Management, will also be present. Technology advances thanks to immutability and worldwide transaction delivery. While significant strides have been achieved, blockchain and cryptocurrencies have yet to realize their full potential. Yes, I believe that to be what we are anticipating most. Listen, as we take a more in-depth look at the payments industry, and see how Web 3.0 technologies can fill in the gaps the market is requesting and expand upon the advantages of the newest and most intriguing payment trends. Imagine a world where, Monday through Friday, the market opens at 9 a.m., I saw a good buddy really tokenizer tweet that. We're all aware that the stock market is open from early in the morning until late in the afternoon. right? It got me thinking, and I found it really interesting. Image a business sector whose marketplaces are open just from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's right, that's how it is here. Asset settlements take 2 business days, relationships take 2 to 3 days, and 15% or more of the population doesn't have access to a bank. Oh, that's right, that's the status quo in our financial system and exactly what I've been talking about with DLT, right? This puts the inefficiencies of the current sector and the conventional banking system into perspective, revealing how far along the path to broad acceptance of cryptocurrency we are. And I think that's why we're seeing global finance leaders open up to the idea of crypto and digital asset adoption. 44% of them see us as a payment method as the biggest accelerator for the global adoption of crypto and digital assets. And again, like this is why we are seeing huge advances outside the US. They saw the value behind the area, particularly when you were talking about a business like Ripple pioneering crypto solutions around the payment space. And I even said over on Twitter, once you change the way that value is moved and settled, there's no going back, and the value tied to that it's truly unlimited, right? Like it has unlimited potential, and also the liquidity up today. For forward-thinking businesses leveraging both digital assets and fiat require a reliable, scalable, cost-efficient source of liquidity. Full transparency, the Liquidity Hub does not initially incorporate XRP, but we do know FRO. They haven't yet announced whether or not they plan to implement this feature, but my guess is that they will very soon. To connect the new world of digital assets with reality, we at Ripple developed Liquidity Hub. Listen, we all know that there are already major shifts happening in the world of business and enterprise. Those of you who have seen my vids on the Hadera H-bar may already know this. The business world is evolving at a dizzying rate, as you know if you've watched any of my Casper films. Also, this isn't the end, right? We are also aware that monetary transactions involving digital currencies and crypto are now mainstream. I mean, you get the point. While the potential of crypto for international money transfers is widely recognized, less than 10% of payments or digital and financial leaders in Africa are eager to take advantage of this new frontier. Just like I often say, the race has officially begun. For the simple reason that the world truly does resemble these places. They plan to fully embrace it. Listen, if you can streamline payments and settlement times and create a totally new world, it's worth it to save a lot of money. A brand new monetary system. I mean, why not? Not doing so makes absolutely no sense. As we take a closer look at this, then, a few things become clear. I do believe that significant progress toward widespread use of cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology will be made in the coming few months. Beyond that, crypto will have a radical impact on the next few years. I'm convinced of this, and I think it's why some of the largest players in the industry are talking up cryptocurrency so publicly and optimistically right now. BlackRock let it be known that a lot of these major names tried to manipulate the market, but I do think that BlackRock also understands the value of cryptocurrency, and I think that they realize, listen, this thing is not going anywhere, and it's going to be around forever. Technology advances without regard for human beings or governmental oversight, so even if we fail to appreciate its worth and potential, it will do so anyhow. So, in my opinion, the race is now underway. Furthermore, I believe that crypto will outshine every other asset class since it is already disrupting hundreds of trillions of dollars worth of value, including real estate, which is valued more than $300 trillion. In addition to this, we are already seeing substantial adoption from governments and enterprises. For instance, the Indian state government is actively encouraging blockchain usage and public administration as of September 19th. It was a major event. As a side note, we know that 56% plus of Indian enterprises are considering implementing blockchain technology, making India one of the fastest growing blockchain markets globally. 10 million strong developer community. Leading Web3 companies throughout the world have begun to notice the Indian talent pool with the goal of encouraging Web3 innovation and growth. Consider the fact that 56% of Indian companies are using blockchain technology. This is, enormous. That report is included as well. It was written on May 31, 2022. We know that 2023 was a huge year for tokenization in general, so it's not hard to guess how much adoption has occurred since then. The BIA's innovation chief has said that while the jury is still out on cryptocurrencies, tokenization has the potential to be transformative and that central banks therefore need to prepare. And now we can see some shifts taking place, right? After all, tokenization is just a fancy word for using new technology, right? Since there is so much room for growth in the tokenization industry. I've already discussed it. However, we also know that they want to utilize this technology and that they value it because of its potential applications. Furthermore, the crypto industry and decentralized banking have shown us the potential benefits of tokenization. To be sure, cryptography has its flaws. And by the way, that's what they always say, they just can't be responsible for the future of currency. We go further into a report titled BIS Blueprint for the Future Monetary System, wherein scholars make these predictions. And what we discovered is that the idea is absurd. By integrating APIs into the central bank system, they discovered a wide variety of interesting use cases. Keep in mind what I've said, the central bankers will use every trick in the book to scare you out of adopting in their CBDC system, all because they crave absolute power. However, if the future is tokenized, we will see that as well. If we proceed, you already know that in the not-too-distant future, many other types of assets will be tokenized. If it were to happen, how would central banks react? Here they introduce their central banking system and discuss what sort of infrastructure is required. They also aim to use this technology for other purposes. A partnership between the public and commercial sectors has been discussed at length. Blockchain could enable faster, simultaneous, and safer cross-border payments, they say, alluding to the concept that, hey, listen, even though we're telling you that crypto is useless, maybe you should listen to us anyway. The central bankers, Antonia, always want to push their ridiculous narrative about how they need control, how they need to retain anchor, and all that stuff, but we've already debunked it, and guess what? It has amazing value. That's not all either. Tokenization has the potential to provide a number of benefits, including allowing investors access to markets that would otherwise be inaccessible or costly to enter, as the Federal Reserve recently highlighted in a paper. In contrast to real estate investment trusts, in which investors own shares of a portfolio of real estate investments, real estate tokenization may permit investment in a fraction of the underlying asset, with investors able to purchase shares in particular commercial buildings or residential investments. This is a very major development, so yeah. The article elaborates on the possibilities and advantages of this development. Even when aggregated or compared to the market capitalization of each token's reference asset, the scale of tokenization is still very tiny. Tokenization is now only a small portion of the digital asset ecosystem, but several initiatives are in the works utilizing different types of reference assets, which suggests it may grow in importance. The XRP ledger is ready for this to happen, and I agree that it will. And we've been talking about that for a while, and I'm actually very excited to see Ripple really engage on those tokenization areas of opportunity, because it means that a lot of that value is going to be coming onto the public XRP ledger, which will immediately affect the XRP supply and demand ratio. I'm looking forward to it immensely. In addition to all of this, in September, Citigroup announced the launch of a blockchain-powered tokenization solution for institutional clients. This is why I also add that the one item to focus on isn't simply pricing, to return to the video's original perspective when I was talking to guys about the prices. One thing I've always stressed in my videos, and this may annoy some of you, is that you shouldn't be too concerned with the cost. Since many of the fundamental updates that we are seeing within this sector we are seeing big moves made from the institutional side of things, the business side of things, and even the government side of things. I don't focus on the price action in the space, rather, I focus on the fundamentals happening behind the scenes. In my opinion, narrowing your attention to just one factor, such as pricing, will cause your judgment to be clouded and prevent you from seeing the entire picture. We're on the cusp of something big here, I feel, as we consider the widespread adoption of this technology, which is happening already. We're about to make a huge push into the retail sector where, we're tapping into individuals, even if they don't know it. Imagine, for example, that customers of Amazon.com were to find that the company has migrated their payment processing to a distributed ledger technology, DLT, system. Just how many folks will see a difference right away? How many sources would we have access to? Beyond that, e-commerce is a massive untapped market that the crypto industry is already beginning to exploit. What excites me most about widespread adoption is the possibility that a single disruptive innovation in one industry can quickly spread throughout the market. That's how thrilling this area is. The most intriguing aspect of some of this technology is the fact that it operates in the background and nobody even notices that they are using XRP. What I hope for is widespread adoption, so if you liked the video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you found it helpful. See you later, bye.